the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 34, 36, and 37?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 34, 36, and 37 true. Is there a proposed agreement? The court is going to deny the motion, alternate amending conditions to include 180 days in the Bear County Jail, and that's going to be served day for day. By that time, you can contact the complainant and tell them they have 180 days. Here's the thing, you're mumbling.
I'm sorry.
The court reporters cannot hear. I can barely hear you.
Okay, I'll start over.
Yes, I know you have bass in your voice. Raise it. So $600 for MRT, $500 for parenting classes. We're at $1,100, and then $50 a week for the bib course. I don't know anybody who can afford that. I can't afford that.
Shoot.
But I will tell you, I'm not considering it, but I do see the issue with these number ones. So what I can tell both parties, I will listen to the rest of the evidence, but it appears here what there needs to be is there needs to be a GPS, no contact with whatever address this complainant is at, and no contact with that complainant. That's what it appears needs to happen here. We have a court reporter who is, should I say practicing? All right. So all of this whispering that y'all doing, you're discouraging her from continuing with this profession. So I need everybody to stop whispering. I need everybody to speak at the rate that I'm going because she's trying to build up her speed. What speed are you at now? So she's in the upper hundreds. And what speed do you need to be? 245. All right, so speak at the pace that I'm speaking at. So we're going to try this again. Court is calling 2022 CR 0695, State versus Dwayne Daniels. Could I have parties announced?
Monica Racheta for the state.
Ashley Jones for the state.
Tim Molina for Mr. Daniels.
And are you Mr. Daniels? All right. And just as a side note, if somebody says something and Cindy does this, which I appreciate, if they say something that you don't understand, it's best to ask them to repeat it, because otherwise, when you have to do a record, you're going to be trying to figure out what was said and it's too late. Okay. All right. So we're back on the record. Are there any motions?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would move to amend the motion to revoke probation to reflect the actual charge the defendant was placed on probation for, which is assault, family, choking, strangulation, second degree.
Any objection?
No objection. That's the charge he's on probation for.
All right. And Mr. Daniels, your attorney has certain time to prepare for a hearing on this matter. Because the state is amending this today, that's not timely notice for your counsel. So counsel, do you still wish to proceed?
We do.
All right. And Mr. Daniels, do you still wish to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violations 34, 36, 37, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 34, 36, and 37?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 34, 36, and 37 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Your Honor, the state is recommending revocation. We can go open in punishment, but the state is recommending 4 years. This is the second MTR. Unfortunately, on the first MTR, the state had to waive new number one because we didn't have contact with the complainant. And then after the first MTR, new conditions were put in place, which were the parenting class, the MRT, and the accredited battery intervention and prevention program. The second MTR, there's also new number one in the same thing. Unfortunately, we cannot proceed on that one because we don't have contact with the complainant, but the defendant has shown that he cannot comply with the conditions. And for that reason, we're asking for 4 years.
All right. And defense,
4 years. I'm sorry. 4 years.
Your Honor, if we're proceeding even on the notion that there's waived number ones, then I would have to reset this for a contested hearing.
Well, what I can tell the defense, the court is not considering the new number one. The court is not considering the argument that he previously had a violation allegation of number one and the complainant did not show. Court is not considering any of that because the state did not proceed on that.
Okay.
So as far as making a determination of whether or not his probation should be revoked or not, the court is only proceeding on the evidence that's being presented to the court. And that is that this is his second violation. It's his second motion to revoke. And that he has pled true to 34, 36, and 37. So counsel, before you begin your argument, are you in agreement to revocation or no?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll hear your argument.
I was going to call Mr. Daniels. to
All right,
testify.
can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Dwayne Everdanks Jr.
All right, you may proceed.
Mr. Daniels, I wanted to go over a few things over kind of the history of these programs
Yes,
that you've been ordered to do through the court. Initially, you were ordered to take the batterers intervention prevention program.
yes, sir.
Okay, and I guess we'll start with that. How did that go initially?
All right, well, it's a 6-month program, roughly 6 months, 7 months. I was in the program for about 5 months, making payments. It's a $700 course, if I'm not mistaken. I was trying to keep paying the course. It's about $40 a week, roughly, and I couldn't afford to make a payment within with me doing this in 5 months. Almost done, and they cut me from the program.
And that issue brought you to court
Yes,
the first time,
yes.
and the court adjusted the programs to ways that they would be affordable? Or how did the program get adjusted?
They got adjusted. She asked me to take, Ms. Boyd told me to take another program that I completed successfully, which I completed successfully. Yeah, that's what happened with the bill.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're mumbling.
I'm sorry.
The court reporters cannot hear. I can barely hear you.
Okay, I'll start over.
Yes, I know you have bass in your voice. Raise it so I can hear and so that everybody can hear.
Okay. With the BIP program, Ms. Boyd had I had did another program in place of the BIP program, and I completed that one.
And that was the live domestic violence panel,
Yes, ma'am.
and that was completed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then other courses, kind of what was your understanding of what you needed to do following that hearing?
I did understand I had a parenting class, and I also understood. Well, that's what me and the probation officer was working on. The next program was the parenting class, and the bill was back reinformed again.
Okay, you mean the probation?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and then somewhere in this mix, somehow your conditions were altered and amended and you were reordered into the BIT program with the same financial obligation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I guess this parenting class.
Yes.
What happened on the second go around with we're actually talking today about the number 37. So what happened with the second round of BIT?
Same go around again, and I do know that probation is, it's a blessing, as so I take care of my children and my home, and I'm having just difficulty paying the arrangement with the course of the classes. I have no problem taking the classes. I know it's a privilege, and I have no problem taking the classes. It's just I'm having a hard time with paying the fees of the class.
Well, explain to the judge what you went through with your attempts to sign up and the payment for the class.
They wanted $50 down, and I told them I get paid every 2 weeks, and she aware me that she wouldn't be able to put me in the class until the payment was made. And when I attempted to make the payment. She awared me that it would be the 100, and I wasn't able to make the payment. She did not allow me to reassign in the course, and that's basically what happened with the bill.
Okay. And then the parenting class, what was was that a free class?
No, sir. The parenting class is a $500 course as well. And just having a difficult time financially.
What do you do for a living?
I work for a turnaround company, turnaround pools, cleaning pool service. And I also work for a DBK lawn care service.
You have any children?
Yes, sir. I have 4 boys. I take care of the older 3. They live with me. Take them to school. I pay for their clothes, etc. As a father should.
Okay. And one of your sons is actually out in the hall with a small child.
Yes, sir.
And then you have a sister that's local to Kiara Daniels.
Yes, sir.
Why bring children to court?
His sister wanted to come on his behalf, and it's her child, and so she just left him in the
Okay.
hall. Right.
All right,
Sorry.
so here's the thing, and I'm gonna get to the issue. All right, he was here last time. The court did alternate his conditions to include the live domestic violence panel. Does anyone have any proof that he did not complete that? Probation, did he complete the live domestic violence panel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so, and the reason why the court ordered that from last time, my mind is a steel trap, is because he did 4 months of the BIP course, and then he was discharged from BIP for non-payment. And so everyone came up with the agreement that he would do the live domestic violence course because he couldn't afford BIP. And then with parenting classes, I don't understand the cost of that parenting class because there are online courses that are like $20, $25.
And Your Honor, we do have his probation officer, if the court would like some more context for that. But my understanding of the record was he did do the family violence live panel originally because he couldn't afford the BIP, but then he got the first NTR, and the first NTR, that's when all of these conditions were ordered. And then hasn't complied with those. So that's my understanding of the timeline.
My understanding of the timeline is he had a motion to revoke. There was a new number 1, which I'm not considering that. And that was the only thing that was on the motion to revoke.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. And then at that point, there was an alternative 1. The motion was withdrawn because y'all couldn't prove up the number 1. And then I had previously ordered live domestic violence panel, which he completed. So is anyone here going to dispute that he can't afford the BIP course? I mean, because the only evidence I have is that he can't afford the BIP and that he can't afford parenting classes. If he can't afford the BIP course, which is what he's pled true to for failing to attend that, 34 is the parenting classes. He's saying it's how much? $500 when there should be one online that's for $20. And then the MRT, with the MRT, is there a fee associated with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how much is the MRT? How much is the MRT?
Approximately 600.
Approximately
$600.
$600 for MRT, $500 for parenting classes. We're at $1,100, and then $50 a week for the BIP course. I don't know anybody who can afford that. I can't afford that.
Sure.
But I will tell you, I'm not considering it, but I do see the issue with these number 1s. So what I can tell both parties, I will listen to the rest of the evidence, but it appears here what there needs to be is there needs to be a GPS, no contact with whatever address this complainant is at, and no contact with that complainant. That's what it appears needs to happen here. And he has already completed the live domestic violence course. He doesn't. Are you losing here?
No, no,
It appears that he can't afford the BIPP course. So he can't afford it. Is there
And
money for that he can get? Can he take that course and pay for it in installments? Does anybody know?
Your Honor, can we call his probation officer to the stand just to get a little bit more information?
Sure.
Mrs. Hendrick, the state call, Mrs. Hendrick.
Do you have any objection to going out of order with them calling the probation?
I don't.
I've already told people where I am. If somebody can't afford a program, I can't revoke them because they can't afford a program. Hi. Hi, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, that nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Drusilla Hickman,
All right. Is there any funding for people who can't afford the BIB course?
not to my knowledge.
All right. Is there any parenting classes that cost less than $500 that are online? I've seen some for like $20, $30.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Questions?
Thank you, Your Honor. Has the defendant ever expressed to you his inability to pay for these classes?
He's not expressed to me directly, no, ma'am.
And have you worked with the defendant to offer him referrals for better employment?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you talk to us about that, what you've done?
Yes, everything that we get through the reentry center as far as job fairs and stuff, we actually email those to the probation.
Right, so you provided him with better employment opportunities.
Yes, ma'am, and we have flyers as well on our doors and offices.
And can you talk to me about, have you spoken to the defendant about his non-completion of these programs?
Yes, I have.
And how did that conversation go?
My recollection is that he will get it. He has been offered resources, referrals. I've printed them out and have emailed him for those classes.
For the,
For the parenting, the BIP,
okay,
and the MRT class.
okay. What other efforts have you provided the defendant to help complete these classes?
Just have him look at there's on the forms, there's online and in person. And I have stated also for the parenting, since it is the lesser of the classes, we're going to start with that first.
And has he made any attempt to start with parenting class?
No, ma'am. I have documented that on October 17th, an office visit that the next week after he gets paid, he would sign up for the class. And he would send info regarding when he'd be enrolled in that class, as well as in December as well. I had printed out resources classes for him to take and nothing from there.
Okay. And how would you describe just generally how this probationer has been as your probationer?
I mean, he has showed up for every office visit. He's been negative on his drug test and he's been fine otherwise.
Except for the completion of these classes.
Correct.
And these classes, are they meant to help him with his thinking and his criminal behavior?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Any questions?
How long have you yourself supervised Mr. Daniels?
I have supervised Mr. Daniel since October 25.
I don't think I have any other questions. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming down.
You're welcome. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So here's the thing. I don't understand. I know states you're asking for revocation. Legally, there's no way for me to revoke somebody because they can't afford to pay. He says he has 2 jobs. Nobody has given me anything to show that he's being dishonest when he says he has 2 jobs. And if, when you think about it, anybody, even on a prosecutor's salary, can people afford, over $1,500 for programs? Should he be taking these programs? Yes. Do I have concerns about the complainant for these new number 1 violations? Yes, I'm not taking that in consideration because the state hasn't presented me any evidence when I was a prosecutor and I thought somebody was in danger. I know the people over batterer's intervention and all these other people would get upset with me, but as a prosecutor, you know what I would do? I would file a subpoena and I would attach that person. Nobody's done that. All you have to do is attach the witness and have them come in. Because do I think he's probably a danger to this person? Yes, but I can't consider any of that because you all have waived and abandoned violation of condition number 1, and this is not the first time you've done it. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is finding violations of 34, 36, 37 true. The court is going to deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, and that's going to be served day for day. By that time, you can contact the complainant and tell them they have 180 days. There's going to be partial GPS for employment only. Waive GPS fees. And I'm pretty sure I already have a no contact with the complainant in place. So if you all have addresses, give those addresses to probation. He's not to be anywhere near there. And then if he violates the GPS, you can file a motion to revoke. You don't need the complainant. You just need somebody to come in from GPS to say he was in a location where he was not supposed to be.
Yeah.
I can ask 2 questions
Yes.
on GPS. Once he is out of jail, would the court consider waiving the fees?
Yes, I'll do waive GPS fees.
And then also, Mr. Daniels has been in jail now for
Almost two.
about 2 months. Would that credit apply
No.
towards the 180-day sanction?
No. And he's going to be on GPS until further notice. All right, you can do that or you can do prison.
No, I'm saying I agree. That's fine with me, ma'am.
Oh, and let me just tell you what else should be fine with you. Stay away from the complainant.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't pick up the phone. Don't call. She doesn't want you anymore. I don't know what people don't understand. How old are you?
39 years old.
She doesn't want you,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you're not a good for her. That's why you're here for the charge that you have. Be a man. Learn how to treat people with respect. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And you said his sister's outside?
This is right here in the car.
All right, we're off the record. 2022 CR 0695 State versus Dwayne Daniels. Can I have parties announced?
Monica Iracheta for the state.
And Tim Molina for Mr. Daniels.
And are you Mr. Daniels?
Yes, ma'am.
Review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney. Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Dwayne Daniels who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0695 for the offense of assault, impeding circulation on January 11, 2023 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Your Honor, we're waiving condition number 1 and we're proceeding on violations number 34, 36, and 37. I'm gonna start with condition number 34. On or about the 21st day of February 2026 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Dwayne Daniels, the tenant there, failed to attend and successfully complete a parenting program with an approved agency in violation of condition number 34.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
I'm gonna proceed with violation number 36. On or about the 11th day of February 2026 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Dwayne Daniels, the tenant there, failed to attend and successfully complete a moral recognition therapy program with an approved agency in violation of condition number 36.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, ma'am.
Proceeding on violation number 37, on or about the 11th day of February 2026, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Dwayne Daniels, the tenant there, failed to attend, comply with all rules, regulations, instructions, and financial agreements as directed by the court and or supervision officer and or the head of or authorized personnel of the following counseling education program, state accredited battering intervention and prevention program in violation of condition number 37.
How do you plead to that? Is that the only allegations you're
Yes, Your
pursuing?
Honor, the state is recommending revocation.
Want to know? The other allegations, are you waiving those?
Yes, I'm waiving condition violation number 1.
Any objections to the waiver?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, does the court have other violations other than the ones that we've read? apart from condition.
All right, and your name for the record?
Ashley Jones for the record,
Yeah.
sorry, Judge.
No.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
And then I don't have a trial court certification.
Okay, I didn't know you wanted that ahead of time.
Yes. All right, and then for both parties, I'm reviewing the court admonishments. And the court admonishments and the judgment does not mirror the motion to revoke as far as the charge. So the charge in the judgment is assault, family choking, strangulation, second. The motion to revoke doesn't show that. The motion to revoke just lists this if you're just reviewing it as a third degree, because there is no listing of it being assault, family choking, strangulation, second. So are there any motions?
Yes, Your Honor, can we step back for just one moment? Talk
Sure.
about Probation, thank you.
So
Yes, ma'am.
what's happening, and your attorney will need to make a decision on whether he wants to withdraw your pleas are true or not. The motion to revoke, it's listing this as a third degree felony just based upon the face. It's actually a second degree felony. So I'm assuming that they're going to ask to orally amend the motion to revoke, maybe not. Maybe they are just going to refile it, and your attorney can make whatever motions he wishes to make.
We can discuss.
All right. All right. If y'all want to step back and discuss that.
This courtroom took a shocking turn when the judge faced a tough decision.
State versus
A man
Dwayne
stood in
Daniels.
court,
Can I have the parties
accused and
announced?
struggling,
Want to get a
not
check
just
up
with the
on
law,
state?
but with money.
For Mr. Daniels.
The system
And are you
expected
Mr.
him to pay
Daniels?
hundreds of dollars,
To review the
but he
motion
simply
to enter
couldn't afford
adjudication
it.
of guilt and
Then
revoke
suddenly
community
the judge
supervision with
stepped
your
in,
attorney. Did you
and everything
understand it?
changed.
Yes, ma'am.
I
Are
can't
you the
send
same
someone to
Dwayne
jail
Daniels
just
who's
because they're
placed on
poor.
deferred adjudication in
For a moment, it
2022
felt like
CR
justice might actually win,
0695
but
for
don't
the
get it
offense of
twisted.
assault,
seconds later, the tone shifted.
impeding
The judge made it
circulation
clear,
on
you
January
are
11,
a danger,
2023
and
for a period of
actions
8
have
years. Is that you?
consequences.
Yes, ma'am.
And then
Right,
came the
state.
final blow.
Your Honor,
180
we're within
days
condition
in
number
jail.
1, and we're proceeding on
But the
continuing
most brutal
violations number
moment,
34,
she doesn't want
36, and
you
37.
be a man.
I'm going to start with
Learn
condition
how to
number
treat
34.
people with respect.
On or about the
No
21st
shouting,
day of
no
February
chaos,
2026,
just pure
in Bexar
courtroom
County, Texas,
authority.
the
And in that
defendant, Dwayne
moment,
Daniels, defendant
everything was
there,
decided.
failed to attend